Welcome to Week in Design. Are you looking for a last-minute gift idea? And let's face it, who isn't? Then this next Week in Design project is just for you. Here's Mary Vastola and Leslie Fine of the Ponte Vedra Soap Shoppe to show us how to make felted soap.
Well, the first thing you need is some bars of soap. It's whatever soap you want to put on your body. It could be handmade soap, organic. It's nice to have some different shapes, and they don't have to be perfect. They're obviously all different shapes and scents. If they use Dial or Dove from the supermarket, all kinds of different, whatever you wash with. And a nice supply of 100% merino wool roving, which is great for felting, and it will felt down very nicely. And we have that in a variety of colors. But just make sure you're buying 100% merino wool when you're doing this project. A sock or stocking.
This is like you can go to the store and buy a knee-high and use that. And what this does is it allows you to have the soap more compact in there.
Liquid soap.
Liquid soap.
And water.
This is very hot water, just out of the tap. That's all you need.
Right. I'm going to call it a sushi mat, although this is much bigger, but it has the feel of a sushi mat. And that's because you want to have some friction. We're going to do a lot of rubbing with the felt. And then, of course, we have a pile of dish rags because you're going to get wet.
That's about it. It's pretty easy.
I love that one.
Lightly scented. So the first thing you want to do is pick out your soap. And then the fun part, picking out your colors. So sometimes this is the hardest part. It's wound within there, and when you're breaking it apart, you pull it. You never cut it. So you end up with these fibers that are hair-like. But you want to spread it out evenly so you don't have a lot of gaps in it. And then you're wrapping it one way. And of course this is dry at the moment. And I have one-way wrap here, and then I'm going to do something a little different. I'm just going to put some fibers together, trying to get the yellow into the blue. It's just whatever you like. There's no right and wrong. So I'm basically wrapping the soap two different ways because mine is a rectangular bar.
Mine is round, but what I'm going to try to do is cover it so that I don't see all of the soap, although you're going to see some gaps. But I'm going to get another color, and I'm going to add to that.
I think the biggest challenge is the corners. If you have a piece of soap that has really hard edges,
it's hard to get the felt around them. But
now I did the same thing. I sort of wrapped. I did more like a layer. I have a layer of green and a layer of this red and white color.
So once the wool is wrapped around the soap in whatever variety of colors you're going to use, you would want to put it within the bottom of the stocking. Okay, so we're going to be putting this little puff package into the soap stocking.
I've inserted mine as well into the soap. The whole thing is that you've now got it sort of encased in the stocking, and it's a way to hold on to it and to keep it sort of compacted there.
At that point, with very hot water, dip it in a bowl, get it wet. So it's not going to do much right now. You're just getting the felt wet with the very hot water. And then you just take a very little bit of your liquid soap and smear it on there and start rubbing. And the friction from the mat is going to start to felt the soap. And we make sure we get all the sides, top, bottom. Then you rinse in between. I usually like to rinse once. Then just put it within a towel. Give it a good squeeze. And now at this point, you want to take it out of here. And it's just a fun little... See, now the fibers have all started to felt down. And if they're still loose, you could still pinch them. If you can still pinch them, it's not there yet. So at this point, you can add another color. How about some red? Do something bright. Okay. Something swirly. Reinsert it back into the stocking. Get it wet again. And refelt. Now I'm going to rinse in cold water for my final rinse. And it sort of stops the felting process too. Just squeezing out any excess. And then the final uncovering, unveiling. And there you have it. Felted soap. Yay!
And we put it on
And
the
then,
drying rack.
yeah, just bring it over to the drying rack and let it go. Let it dry.
Pick another one.
And start all over again.
Once you start practicing with it and doing it enough times, you'll start to develop little techniques and things.
And anything that's shaped and sort of sitting on top has to be needle felted, and you would just place your wool, sort of get it in the position you want, and you're really actually just poking it with the needle to get it to felt and stay on, and the fibers will adhere to the soap. So you're basically, this is the only part of the felted soap that you're actually going to use this needle. There's always something creative about doing different things with soap. And
the big reaction that people have is, you get this wet, it gets wet, it's okay. Like, yeah, it's your washcloth, and it lathers up really nicely, and just the color combination and the smell of the soap, anyone's going to like it. So it's great for any age and any size.
And this is good. You could tell there's nothing coming away. They could do it today and it'll be ready by tomorrow. So it is very fast. It isn't anything that is time consuming at all.
Thanks, ladies. Throw in a soap rack, and felted soap is the perfect gift idea for anyone on your list. For more weekend design, continue to check Jacksonville.com. For Jacksonville.com, I'm Amanda Warford.